Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to give a video at least discussing about the real value of a degree because I think a lot of times people misunderstand the fundamentals on how to appropriately judge a degree. And what I wish for you to at least glean from this video is that the way you make a living for yourself is actually applying the skills you've got from your degree as well as commercializing your skills and therefore. But let me go ahead and explain, okay? Because I think it'll be easier if I did that. So from Business Insider, you have 12 college majors that may limit your career potential by Rena Goldman. Now she gives her, introductory, considering the cost of higher education, it's no surprise that makes sense to pursue a major that will snag them a well-paying gig once they graduate. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Gives you some stats here. Recent survey, job seekers by the job search platform ZipRecruiter, 4% of respondents with college degrees said they regretted choosing their major, with English, communication, sociology, marketing management falling under the most regretted majors. And then you got this amount right here. Well, many college advisors will tell you that no major is truly useless. Even ZipRecruiter found out those who regretted their choice of major, 72%, said they would choose it again. Job experts caution against certain majors that limit your career options and salary potential. So I want you to keep this in mind, okay? So we got what? Well-paying gig. Okay. We got that going on. So we got well-paying gig. And don't worry about my typing. It's essentially happening in the background. Well-paying gig. Second of all, you have certain majors, blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. Oh, well-paying gig. And career options and salary potential. Sorry. I don't know why it took me so long to find that. I need to better read this article. Anyways, 12 degrees. I'm not going to, talk about everyone in depth, but you got acting or theater arts, film, anthropology, civilization studies. I didn't even know that was a thing. Philosophy, psychology, communications, English, history, interior design, marketing, photography. Okay. So let me explain something real quick, right? You'll typically have people come and say, hey, you know what? This degree is useless because you won't get a well-paying gig. And the fact of the matter is that a well-paying gig, as well as career options, as well as the salary potential, are all dictated by the marketplace. Now, that may sound obvious to some, but I really want to get deep into the understanding on what I mean by the marketplace. You got buyers, you got sellers, okay? A lot of people will say, hey, you know what? You should go into STEM because that's what people want. However, this isn't talked about as much. What do those STEM jobs benefit? Whom does it benefit? And what are the benefits if you get, say, STEM job? Because you got the sciences, you got technology, you got engineering, you got mathematics. Now, here's the deal. Anthropology is a science. Psychology is a science, right? Those are two sciences. Yet, they're not telling you that. They're telling you, in fact, that you shouldn't get those degrees. Now, people will say, well, Chris, they're not talking about social sciences. That's a rebuttal you're going to hear a lot. They're going to say, hey, you need to go ahead and get a real science degree, okay, which is really broad in of itself. So they could be talking about life sciences, like biology, but some people say, well, that's not a real science because, you really only do biology, so you can go into medicine. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's say you talk about the physical sciences, physics and chemistry. Here's the funny thing. Those jobs don't pay well within their particular careers, they have to typically go into a different field in order to have success. For instance, you have a lot of physicists that become computer scientists. They become programmers to be more importantly, right? Because even in their own physics field, there aren't high paying jobs. Now, they have, opportunities outside of physics that are high paying, but physics in of itself, they're not high paying. I had a friend a long time ago. He was a physics major. However, he switched to CLS, clinical laboratory science, because there weren't many physics jobs that were willing to hire people who were physicists. Okay. Now, that's a science job. Here's the second thing. Okay. A lot of people don't know this, but there are STEM professions that compete with other STEM professions where it's actually eating the talent of that other field. So there are many engineers that are leaving engineering for computer science programming. Why? Because that's where all the money is being made. You become a computer scientist, you can make, 100, 200K. You become an electrical engineer, you can make 100, 200K. However, the workload is much less and you have a higher field and more opportunities than you do being an electrical engineer. There was a paper, I shouldn't say paper, sorry. There's an article even detailing that there's not enough electrical engineers moving forward. Now, people will say, well, marketplace will dictate that. Well, if that's the case, electrical engineers will get paid more. Incorrect. Because guess what else is part of the marketplace? Your wage, your salary. You can only get paid so high depending on your position. So electrical engineers, they've been, they're still paid highly, but you're not going to get paid as high as, let's say, a business individual. That's just the fact of the matter. That's just facts. Okay. Now, let's talk about another thing. Philosophy, right? Philosophy is another niche degree that isn't much use outside the field if you don't pair it with a graduate degree. According to Doe, it's not worth spending the money if you don't plan on working in that field. While some skills the degree teaches, such as critical thinking and analysis, are useful, it might be hard to market yourself outside of academia. Okay, so this goes the same way with mathematics. A lot of people don't understand this, but mathematics is literally similar to philosophy. In fact, the higher level you go in mathematics, the more you'll understand it's just philosophy. But a lot of people don't think about that because at the end of the day, as I said before, I said this again, it's not really much about your degree. It's what you personally as an individual can do in order to make a living for yourself. Most billionaires have a degree. Mark Zuckerberg, people who like to, talk about him as much, he started as a psychology major. But as a psychology major, he did programming on the side. So let me repeat this again. As a psychology major, he did programming on the side. So what does that tell you? If you can only have success with your degree, no offense, but you're not that well educated. So let me repeat this again. If you can only have success with your degree, you're not as well educated. There was a lawyer. I wish I knew his name. Okay. I just wish I knew his name. But there was a lawyer who he left his law firm, and within 2 years he built a company, sold it for millions of dollars, like hundreds of millions of dollars, which he built in 2 years. And it was some sort of deodorant, I believe, or not even deodorant, but some materials company that used something for consumers to purchase. He sold that to, I believe, Procter and Gamble for hundreds of millions of dollars. That's education. That's what it means to be well-rounded. That's the truth about really using your degree for your benefit. Because why? your degree is just another commodity, and there is no higher commodity than land and fiat currency. So that's all I got to say. That's basically my, statement regarding degrees. Just understand that the truth about your degree is about commercializing your skill set, and it's up to you, the individual, to commercialize it, not anyone else but you. If you're incapable of doing that, then your degree, even if it's STEM, is useless. That's all. Bye.